Hey, g'day everybody, it's Matt here from Matt Carves. We're doing a carving today that looks great and is super simple. It's great for beginners, so if you've just bought that Dremel, this is the carving which you should start with. Okay, so let's get on with it. This is tip number 1. Okay, so choosing your first drawing to carve. Now it's very important here to choose quite a simple drawing, but what you can do if it's a bit complicated, see these double lines here? You can just sort of do what I've done here and take out the double line and just put it in a single line there. Because if you tried to put in that double line, it probably wouldn't work out. So here's another simple drawing. So I looked up Pictish line drawings to find that drawing. And there's a lot of them in there and they're really cool, and the wolf drawing that you'll see later on is from there as well. Okay, so I find the easiest way to transfer drawings onto wood is to use carve paper and always tape the drawing on first, and so it doesn't move around when you're drawing it on to the wood. So you can see I'm using a pencil there. You can try a pencil or a ballpoint pen, that's also good. And what the benefit of taping your drawing down is you can check whether you've drawn all the lines and then go back, because if you don't tape it down you'll never get it aligned again. So yeah, just make sure you get all those lines. Okay, so we are carving into pine today. It's quite a good choice for beginners because it's cheap. You want to go for wood that doesn't have a lot of knots in it. So I am using here a Dremel wheel point round 2.0 millimeters, and that is the product code for it as well. But you can use one of these cheap burrs. You get them in big packs for a few dollars. Yeah, the Dremel burrs are a little bit more expensive, but they're pretty good. Okay, so holding the Dremel for maximum control, I'm using a flex shaft today, so I'm holding that. And I find the flex shaft the easiest way to carve these kind of things. So we're holding with two hands, and you can see me demonstrating there. I hold with my usual right hand, and I have my left hand holding as well. And then I'll try and put as much of my hands on the table as well. And I make small movements, and I usually go from left to right. I find that the easiest way to carve, and it stops it digging in so much. And to do those little details, you want to do sort of like going into the corners like I have done there. Okay, so for these lines I wanted to taper at the top. So I'm gradually going along, and somewhere around about now I'm letting off the pressure and just tapering up, and so you get that nice effect there. Okay, so the final bonus tip is just really be creative with your carving. So you have copied it off something else, and you might have changed it a little bit, which is pretty cool. But you can add a background, which makes things look cool. So I'm going to add like a triangle background here, and I'm going to use this pattern here that I'm doing here. I do it very, very roughly. It's just really about it. It's about adding texture onto the background of the carving to make that bird really, really stand out. Okay, so the burr I'm using for this one is this one right here. It's just out of a cheap pack that I've got, and it's great for doing those little lines. Okay, so there's lots of ways you can finish your carving. Here I'm using a black wax, which is dark oak, and just rubbing it into the little indentations, and then I'm going to wipe it off. Hey, but hey, thanks for watching this video, and if you found it useful, click the like, or if you're feeling flush you could buy me a coffee, whatever, it's all good. And we'll see you next time for another tutorial or a feature carving. Bye!